Let me get myself comfortable. Hi everyone, it's Marika here. Today we're going to talk about money. If you don't know me, I'm a professional ballet dancer from Japan and I was working in the US for 10 years. I quit the ballet company I was working for 9 seasons. I have been a jobless ballerina for a year and a half. However, I just got a contract with the ballet company in Montenegro in Eastern Europe, and I'll be moving there in a month and a half, and I'll be starting my new ballet company life soon. I made this video about how I was struggling being a jobless ballerina for a year and a half, and I had so many supportive comments and positive feedback. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support, and it means to me so much. This specific question was the most asked in my comment section: how I survived during this jobless phase. And just to clarify, I'm not a completely jobless for life. I'm just saying I'm a jobless ballet dancer. I have been struggling to get a contract with the ballet company. So I'm going to talk about money today and how I managed financially during this period. Everybody's situation is different. I want to make sure that this is my story and this is not advice for everyone. And I know money can be a taboo topic, especially in arts industry. However, I believe that mental health and money are connected a little bit. Financial stress can cause anxiety. I'm just being real. We need to have healthier conversations about it too. Not in like, oh, this is the right way kind of tone. I want to share this because I believe transparency can help break down unrealistic expectations about dancers' lives. So yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, I always knew that ballet company contracts are very unstable. They can end anytime and audition costs money. About 6 years ago, I started like a audition savings fund little by little. I didn't have huge amounts overnight, but it added up slowly. I'm really grateful that I had this kind of mindset from early on. Those savings covered my flights to audition, and so as audition fees. I also want to mention that I was really lucky because I had friends living in the places I traveled to for audition. Most of the times, they kindly let me stay with them, so I didn't have to pay for accommodations as much. Without their help, the things would have been a lot harder. I'm really grateful for their kindness. Next, I want to talk about what kind of jobs I had being a jobless ballet dancer. I would say I am a ballet all-rounder in a sense. I know it sounds kind of funny. So specifically, mainly I was teaching ballet a lot as substitute teacher. In Japan, probably more than half of the teachers in ballet studios are still dancing professionally currently. I had so many subbings I had to teach because they still have shows to perform for a few weekends. I didn't have fixed class as much. I actually only had one class per week, but I always had subbing classes, so I could make good money out of it. I also taught private classes and a few workshops. I met so many amazing students, and I'm really grateful for that. And of course, I did content creation like YouTube, Instagram, collaborating with brands. And also, I helped for tech company for a bit, and that was research about ballet, which was kind of interesting. I also performed as a freelance ballet dancer in Japan when I have opportunities. However, I didn't have much opportunities as I hoped for, which I'm being totally honest with you guys. That's the reason why I wanted to try to audition other ballet companies and elsewhere so that I can perform constantly rehearsing as a job. I also worked as a translator. For example, I translated ballet class whenever people have foreign teachers coming over to Japan. I helped out for galas in Japan when they need a translator for programs or paperwork or meetings. So I did that too. And outside of dance, I had interesting translation jobs as well, which was translating documentary videos for equestrian, which was very random. And I've also translated for YouTube videos, English to Japanese, Japanese to English for ballet related and non-ballet related. And I've also helped out for family who lives in outside of Japan, but they have family member in Japan. So they needed someone who speaks both English and Japanese to help them figure out their social security stuff and the paperwork and everything. And I even had this part-time job being a bus tour guide as well for foreign tourists coming to Japan. And that was very interesting as well. And I've also helped for business meetings for some companies. And yeah, I had these random freelance gigs everywhere. And these jobs are mostly introduced from my friends or people who I met or people who I knew. It was really random in ballet or not in ballet. It was really fun and everybody was really supportive of my lifestyle, very thankfully. This kind of work balance fit me right now, this part of my life, because I needed flexibility to travel for auditions or take class or rehearse regularly. I can't. R's and L's are really difficult to pronounce as Japanese. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm really happy that I stayed very open-minded. It was really nice to explore what I'm interested in, either in ballet or not in ballet. So yeah, I combined small streams of income rather than relying on one big job in this period, if that makes sense. I'm gonna talk a little bit about my mental side. It wasn't always easy emotionally because of course it's stressful and gives you more anxiety when you can't really see what's gonna happen in the future. I felt embarrassed that I didn't have any ballet company contract and I was still trying my best. While I was working for these random freelance jobs, I reminded myself to stay focused on keeping my technique strong and stay mentally healthy. I worked with amazing people, the nicest people in the world, and thank you so much everyone for working with me. I also want to talk about how I feel so privileged I am right now in this part of my life. After I moved back to Japan from States, my parents let me stay with them while I'm in Japan. I didn't have to pay rent, which I'm really grateful for. That helped me a lot to save money to be able to audition. For now, I don't have a family to support, so I could explore what I want. I didn't have responsibilities to be financially very, very stable to support the family. I am very lucky to have this supportive community who encourage me to still keep going and keep dancing. And I'm really healthy and I have no injuries and I have this freedom, which I really appreciate, so that I can seek for what makes me happy, because not everyone has this kind of freedom and privileges, and I would never ever take this for granted. This was how I survived as a jobless ballerina, not being able to have a contract with a ballet company for a year and a half. Your path might look very different from mine, and that's okay. Freelance life can be a little bit messy and unstable, but it's not impossible. Be kind to yourself while you're figuring out. Everyone's timeline is different and unique. If you have other questions, please leave them in the comment. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel. And I want to share how dancers can live happily and healthy mindset and about mental health. If you have any requests, leave it in the comment too. I hope this video helped some dancers or people who have been struggling with their life, and I wanted to be real about it, so I'm glad I talked about my situation a little bit further because everybody was curious about it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. See you guys in the next video. 今日からみんなも Happy dancing! またね